Have you ever wondered why no one would be caught dead using the official Olympic salute anymore? Well, wonder no more. In this Olympic salute, your right arm should be held out slightly to the side and pointing in an upward angle. Likewise, your palm should be out and your fingers touching. The Nazi salute is more or less performed in the same way, except it is customary to hold your arms straight out in front of you instead of partially to the side. As you might imagine, the Olympic salute fell out of favor after World War II. Despite this, the International Olympic Committee hasn't yet replaced it with a different salute, even if nobody would dare use it anymore for fear of being misinterpreted. The similarity of the salutes ultimately led to a great deal of confusion over the 1936 Olympics in Berlin over whether many of the non-German teams were saluting Hitler using the Nazi salute or whether they were using the official Olympic salute. This even fooled German audience members who sometimes misinterpret the Olympic salute given by some teams as the Nazi salute and subsequently cheered more for those teams as they passed, such as the standing ovation for the French team received when they gave the misinterpreted Olympic salute. Because the same confusion came up during the Winter Games a few months before, Britain decided to abstain from giving any kind of salute so as not to be misinterpreted as saluting Hitler with the Nazi salute. Here's a first-hand account of the event as reported by New York Times reporter Frederick T. Burchell. They marched in a procession once around the arena, saluting the dais, each nation according to its custom as they passed. Then, turning across the field, they took their stand in columns, great and small, in front of the Führer and the guests of honor, their flags at their head. Quite naturally, in this long march, the interest was centered in the applause given respectively to each and the type of salute each nation gave the dais. The last item wasn't always easily determined because the Olympic and Nazi salutes are very similar. The Turks were the only team to give a military salute throughout. The Bulgarians drew down handsome applause by flattering German sympathies in a double way. They goose-stepped past Hitler and gave the Nazi salute to boot. The New Zealanders evidently mistook an erect German athlete in white who stood out in front, far to the left of the stand, for the Führer himself, for they removed their hats for this outstanding figure and put them on while passing the dais. Some teams apparently did not know the difference between the Olympic and Nazi salutes and rendered mixed homage. The Nazi salute was given by Afghanistan, Bermuda, Bolivia and Iceland, besides of course Italy, which originated it, and the Germans. But all of the flags of the nations were lowered while passing Hitler, with one exception, that of the United States, which went by proudly borne aloft. An official statement published in all newspapers, however, explained this as due to army regulations and asked for public understanding in the matter. In general, the salute stood about equally divided between the Olympic and Nazi, but Eyes Right was common to all. The Americans provided their own special salute by giving Eyes Right and placing their straw hats over their hearts. This salute was adopted by China and the Philippines. Both the Nazi salute and the Olympic salute are thought to be based on a supposed Roman salute, though no actual Roman text or artworks that describe or show it have survived. Despite this, in the 19th and early 20th century, it became very popular in plays, artwork, and movies to portray this so-called Roman salute. This soon resulted in it being adopted by the Italian Fascist Party and then the Nazi Party. This was not without controversy within the Nazi Party, as many didn't like the fact that their salute was influenced by the Italian Fascist Party. In true Nazi form, an attempt was made to fabricate a new history which predated the Italian Fascist Party's use of the salute, to make it appear the Italian Fascist Party was influenced by the Nazi Party in terms of the salute rather than the other way around. Hitler had this to say about the origin of the Nazi salute during one of his table talks from January 3rd, 1942. "I made it the salute of the party long after the Duce had adopted it. I'd read the description of the sitting of the Diet of Worms, in the course of which Luther was greeted with the German salute. It was to show him that he was not being confronted with arms, but with peaceful intentions. In the days of Frederick the Great, people still saluted with their hats, with pompous gestures. In the Middle Ages, the serfs humbly doffed their bonnets, while the noblemen gave the German salute. It was in Raxkeller at Bremen about the year 1921 that I first saw this style of salute. It must be regarded as a survival of an ancient custom which originally signified, "See, I have no weaponry in my hand." I introduced the salute into the party at our first meeting in Weimar. The SS at once gave it a soldiery style. It's from that moment that our opponents honored us with the epithet "dogs of fascists." Bonus fact. During the London Games, a German official, Walter Troger, was accused of using the Nazi salute when the German team walked by. However, it should be noted that he put his left hand out, not his right, as would have been required to be the official Nazi salute, unless his right was disabled, which it wasn't. Further, he waved his left hand back and forth with it in front of him, like most people do when they just wave at someone. Needless to say, the International Olympic Committee was happy to defend the official, who was in fact clearly just waving at the team, but the media blew it way out of proportion, as they are prone to do. It should further be noted that Troger once offered to exchange himself for Israeli hostages during the Black September terrorist attack. He also formally complained in 2004 when the IOC allowed Germans to wear shirts saying "Blitzkrieg, it's only a game." As a German Olympic Sports Federation spokesman said, "It's infamous, disgusting, and unacceptable to create any kind of relation to Nazis. Troger's been standing all his life for tolerance, understanding, and fair play. I can't think of anyone who is less anti-Semitic than him." He is devastated that it was interpreted in this way. So I really hope you found that video interesting. If you did, please do give us a like below and don't forget to subscribe. Also, why not share it with a friend? There are loads of social sharing tabs below this video, so check those out. Also, over there on the right are a couple of other videos you might enjoy if you enjoyed this one, and thank you for watching.